Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross stitch.
One stitch at a time, and apparently my nose itches. Oh, sorry about that. Today's Monday, November 28th. It's the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Anybody else rolling to work instead of driving?
Anybody else like just roll out? It's a rough Monday after.
Please tell me you all had a better Monday than me. Please.
I hope you all had a great week last week. And if you were in the U.S. and you celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope it was wonderful. We had a good time. We had our deep fried turkey. We love our deep fried turkey. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good week.
Good weekend.
Good weekend.
My week so far stunk.
Well, it's a new week. Last week was good. Just incredibly busy trying to get the mystery boxes put together. I had a craft show with Bath and Body stuff on Saturday that wasn't great. It went well for me because I sold a good amount. I sold a decent amount, but my cost to participate was super low. Was kind of on the lower end. So like, even though technically I sold less than I did at other shows, I made more money than I did at the last one because I paid less to participate. So therefore it was good, but it sucked because it was very low attended. Not a lot of people actually were buying anything. And the lady next to me at one side of me, I had two people next to me, person on the left side, person on the right side. The person on the right side was driving me cuckoo loco. She was. She complained because it was slow. She complained because people weren't buying stuff. She complained because the Wi-Fi wasn't working. She complained because it was cold. She complained because people weren't buying stuff. And yes, I did say not buying stuff twice. But what she was selling wasn't that great. I mean, and I shouldn't say that because that's very mean to say, but she had been a Tupperware representative. And she stopped doing that and wanted to sell her overage of stock, things that she wasn't going to use personally. What?
I didn't know you were allowed to sell the stuff after you stopped working for them. I thought you lost the right to sell their stuff.
If you have new stock, yes, you can sell it off.
Okay, I didn't know.
Okay, yes. And then she was selling some crafts that she had made, but I don't know how to say they weren't good without sounding mean.
Well, I can say it in a really bad way, make you feel better.
Well, so the way I described it to my dad, because we were trying to explain this to my dad. The way I described it to my dad was, my parents have something that I stitched them years ago, something I stitched my mom years ago that was one of the first pieces that I FFO'd on my own. It's not bad, but it is nothing like what I have done in recent history with like Main Street or Turkey Sausage or Home for Christmas. Any of those. Like, this was years ago, before I was even doing Flosstube, that I finished this for my mom. So it's very basic. It's not bad, it's just not great. I have refined my skills over the years. And that's what the best way I can describe it without sounding rude, because I don't want to sound rude by any stretch of the imagination.
She took the safe option.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Because you're experimenting is why you've gotten as good as you had been.
It was just a little rough around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it was very off-putting that she just did nothing but complain. Complain. So, but we had a good weekend.
I spent most of Saturday, getting the outdoor Christmas decorations up. I am so glad I started at 9:30 because I felt like at first I didn't realize we have switches in our basement for the outdoor lights. Don't ask me.
For the outdoor
100
outlets,
and
yeah.
something year old house, so God knows when they did this. Well, it was off. So I went down, turned it on, and I had lunch because it was noon. I went outside. Wait a minute, it didn't light up. What the heck's going on? So I unplugged it and plugged in the other outlet into it. It didn't turn on. Then I went and plugged in something else, and that turned on. Did work. Went to the outlet that I was having trouble with. That did work. So first, I had an outlet that was off, and two, the piece I had plugged it into when I walked in the house wasn't working either.
The deer wasn't working. The deer's not working. The sleigh works, but the deer doesn't. So we really need to turn the sleigh off.
Oh, the sleigh lit up? Because it wasn't lighting up before.
Well, the sleigh was lit up when I drove home.
Oh, it was not lit up before.
When I pulled in this afternoon from stitching, the sleigh was lit up, but the deer is not. And I was like, we have to undo that because that looks a little goofy.
Okay, because I was actually just... I know what I have to do. I just don't feel like doing it this year.
Yeah, I probably won't get done.
So I guess I'll go out there after this and do that, or I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Yes.
Long day.
It's been a long day. Yeah, so. Alright, well, why don't we shout out our commenters?
Hi, y'all. What's up? I will never not do that. If I don't do that, I'm not feeling good.
Okay.
Andrea.
Yell
at me, why don't you? Andrea. I'm always bad with names, okay?
We've only known the person for a decade.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I know how to pronounce it. When I see it written, I always hear it. I don't usually talk to her via text.
Okay.
Glenna.
Glenna's son apparently lives in the crotch of the Michigan mitten.
Jeep Girl Stitches.
And unfortunately, the Ohio State-Michigan game did not go the way of go our way. Did not go Ohio's way. Pauline.
Craft Cave Dwellings. This one's Andre. Okay.
Yes.
Anna. Susie Scott. Bridget. Lynn. Teresa. PD Stitcher. Tamara.
Tomorrow. Oh, today's the day. So thank you all for commenting, and thank you all for the Thanksgiving wishes. Tamara's husband's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving as well.
I don't actually have a favorite holiday.
Mine is Thanksgiving.
This is going to sound weird. Like, I enjoy the holidays, but they're not really different for me. It's you go, you hang out with family, you eat food. You go, you hang out with family, you eat food. You go, you hang out with family, you eat food. That literally sums up everything whenever her family meets.
True. For Thanksgiving, the focus is food. I like Thanksgiving.
I didn't say anything bad about any of the holidays, did I? I just said I don't have a favorite one.
Okay. Shall we move on to whips?
Sure. Moving along. La da da da. Bum bum ba bum ba bum. Ba da 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 dum.
Whips.
I actually have whips.
You have plural. Sorry, I shook the table.
Yeah, hold on. Modification required.
Gotta take the clamp off.
This is Ink Circles Elemental Dragons Fire.
Fire.
Burn, burn. And this is on 16 count gunmetal by the Slovak Farm lady, I know. I finished the dragon. I got this in here, and I got this up here.
Looks so cool. I like it.
I really love these colors. No offense to the person who did the sample on the cover, but I actually think this color on this fabric and floss color just screams, "I'm on fire!" Well, it just does.
Well, that's okay. You're allowed to.
And the first daily 30 I got was the last daily 30 I haven't got till January.
Yes, so with the way the month... With the way
We can talk about that in plans.
the month ends out... Oh, well. There's probably not need to because I'm almost done with the prompts we got on Friday. So with the way the month ends out, December, we don't do, like, the prompts like we do normally. So on Friday, we got our new weekly. It was for the World Cup. It's only 200. It's 100, 200 stitches. There's no daily 30. There's no stitch along. It's just, I think, 6 or 7, 200 stitches each prompts because it's only for a week. So it's the way it shook out.
And this one, there were prompts I could do, but I really just didn't feel like it because I'm trying to get caught up to the point where you can actually see the progress because it was so much confetti up in the top that I'm just trying to get rid of it because you can't really see the progress I was doing.
And I think I have thought that too about certain projects. Then I take my start picture and I take my after picture and I realize you can see the progress. It just doesn't seem like it while you're working on it. There is also the edit your picture tool and circle what you stitched.
Okay, this is Hyrule Zelda Light World map from A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. It is on 18 count Cleveland crud, hand dyed by the Slovak Farm. I actually kept my full coverage because
I have scrapped all of my full coverage.
Only because it's Zelda. I really like Zelda that much.
As much as I love Lord of the Rings, and I just...
Also, compared to your Lord of the Rings one, this is nothing.
This is true.
By the way, I just realized, like, this is the first time I've actually looked at it. Now that I've got, like, I did this color here. The lighter here. All that. And down to here.
So you can see the difference.
Yeah, but this is the first time I've actually had this filled in. I was paying attention to it. You can actually see the detail really well because I actually got the because I didn't actually show it, but I did the light green the last time I did it too. And when it's all filled out, it actually looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I've seen it under that good a light. And yes, this segment is brighter than the previous one. You're not going crazy. Well, okay, you might be going crazy, but that's not why.
Yes, we adjusted the ring light. Okay, well, so I had been done with my monthlies. So I really just had weeklies to work on, and honestly, it was probably a relief because this weekend was busy with my craft show and I didn't stitch a ton. But let us start. So, remember last week, I was like, I'll have a whip with an automobile on it. I apparently just have no memory because I have 2 whips with automobiles on them. I started 2 fall pickup truck whips. This is not it.
And for anybody new, no, we don't script this.
Actually,
no, we don't plan it that well.
This was it.
If you want a well-manicured scripted event, what Flosstube actually does that?
There are some.
What? Not in this neck of the woods, y'all.
We don't script around here. Okay, so I pulled out Pumpkin Patch to stitch on because I don't know why I picked this over Harvest Hauler. I just did. Because Harvest Hauler out of the 2022 keepsakes calendar was my other one with an automobile on it. This is on a piece of, oh yeah, this is a mist die from the Slovak Farm. You know, watch the Facebook group because mist dies are going to start popping up because I have a lot of colors that are kind of one-off-ish territory. So I'm going to pop up some one-offs. Just a shameless self-plug, but also, hey. Alright, so I did this for a project that had an automobile and a project that had a distinctive upper and lower portion. You know, the banner is definitely a distinctive upper portion, and everything on the ground is definitely a distinctive lower portion. That's what I said. I did 667 stitches. So the truck is not completely done. There is stitches still, like 3 rows in here that I need to finish on the truck. But I got the pumpkin, the wheels, and most of the truck done, including its windshield. And I changed the color of my truck to red because the call for the truck in this is Gentle Arts Green Pasture, and the green pastures I was looking at were very green and not blue. They were very green. So I pulled a blue that I liked, but it got really washed out on my fabric. So then I wasn't even looking yet for another truck color. I picked up something that had an extra skein of red in it. I was like, that's my truck. And my dad's always had red trucks anyways, so, you know.
That kind of is his truck, just like 40 years older.
This is true. So I just did a red truck. I mean, it was like, wasn't originally planned, but I'm like, ooh, there's my truck. Alright. And then, alright. So, my other whip for the week was a finish, so we'll come back to that in a moment. I busted out my Sal, my Supernaturals Sal, and I did 307 stitches on it. My Gin is all done.
Woohoo!
No, she's not all done. No, there's still some background detail I have to finish on her. Yes, her magic on her bottom is sparkly. I just took like a gray and blended it with the 2 grays and the black for her bottom half. So it does make it a little bit brighter in the very bottom where the black was. But I think it looks fun, and it adds a nice little touch of sparkle to it. Like my Siren's got some red sparkle in it. I don't know, I didn't have to, but it did. So now that we're not doing the Sal for the rest of the year, I don't know if I'm going to take her out and work on her at all, work on it or not. Knowing what I know about what we're doing for the month of December, I could probably utilize it, but we shall see.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was ADDing out because I realized when I was putting my pattern away that there are a couple of blank squares on my full coverage. And I was trying to figure out what color they were. I think the N and the M characters on my pattern didn't show up, so I need to actually find the original file and open that. Because I don't think our old printer printed the letters. I might have skipped them.
Yeah, we don't have that file anymore.
Why not?
Because
we hit it with a hammer?
We beat it up with an axe this weekend.
That was the only place we had it? Wow, okay.
I don't think it's on the external hard drive.
I'll just Google it then.
Okay. So
Yes, that's how we made sure nobody could get our data from the laptop we had that broke.
Yeah.
You hit it was a disk hard drive. You hit it with a hammer. You break the disks into itty bitty little pieces. Guess what? We don't have data worth that much money.
True story. Okay, so for the prompts we got on Friday, which were World Cup week, I used a Greyhound year for 3 of them. Do you want to go over the prompts and plans? Are you planning on doing any of them for Greyhound? Okay. So we had to stitch on something with an animal, bonus tokens if there was a dog in it. Stitch on something you can relate to either winter or autumn. There's winter on here, there's autumn on here. And then stitch on something with feet or in metallic. There's feet on here. So 200 stitches for each of those prompts, over 200 stitches for each of those prompts. On a Greyhound year. 634 stitches. January is all done. You cannot see the snowflakes on the camera. You can see them. There's little snowflakes. You can't see them on the camera. I did change the dog's coat to be pink because my girl has a pink coat. My girl Greyhound has a pink coat. I made the mug purple because my favorite color is purple. And I just pulled stash flosses for most of it because honestly, this is the list of called for flosses, and they're all Weeks, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colors. That's 30-some flosses, y'all. Hello?
I got my question of the day. I'll let you be done, but then I got my question for the day.
Do y'all got money for that? Because I sure don't. Even at wholesale price.
She just took my question.
So I just pulled stuff that was in my stash because I have a lot of Victorian Motto overdyes and Silks for You overdyes. So I just pulled those in my stash. And I have started the February block. And yes, I only have part of the word February because I get done with my stitches for the prompt and was kind of like... That's how it worked. This was like, yeah.
Done?
Yes. Okay, one more thing. Yes.
I was going to ask my question real quick in the middle.
Okay.
She kind of mentioned it, but comment below if you substitute floss colors because A, it matches the color you like, or B, you have a tote full of floss upstairs mixed into different bags, and you want to get rid of it because you have enough up there to probably stitch a freaking Haid if all the colors were asked for, and you just want to get rid of some of it. So you just find what works and put it together.
Basically, that's what I do. I do that a lot. Okay. My final project is a finish. So, back to Michigan week. Stitch on something with mittens. This has mittens on it. And then I just did alternative stitches for something you can relate to the Kellogg Company. I'm pretty sure I could have come up with something. My brain just did not want to brain that. And when all was said and done, anyways, with doing alternative stitches, I was over 500 stitches to finish this, so it didn't matter. But Xmas is done. Santa holding his little bag of goodies. Lovely. I think it's super cute. So there's another ornament finished. Oh, well, there's Santa's on boxes of... I told you, I could have done it. I just did not have the brain for it. Okay, and that's been my stitches for the week. I know you're probably wondering. You're probably not. For my focus project, was Taylor's oldest time. Because I was just rolling on a Greyhound year with prompts, I decided to work on Taylor's oldest time today. Hopefully I finished my stitches for it today because I am quite pissed off at this project right now. So, that's been the stitching for the week.
So I have another question. I don't know. My brain's firing today for some reason. This is finally de-stressing. Do you have a calm down pattern? Like for me, very much is this guy. This is one of the most calming things I've done in a very long time. Because while it isn't like the most simplistic or the most complicated, I just really enjoy it. And having it take shape is just putting me in a happy place.
There you go.
So does anybody else have like that go-to, I'm having a bad day, I was going to do stitches on this, but I'm going to do stitches on something else because... Grrr.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
Button pressing time.
Button pressing time.
We'll be right back. Oh, look, we came back.
Poor you. Look, at this point...
I know you can be slightly irritating, hon, but you're not that bad to hang around.
Okay. So, plans? Announcements? You're not doing any of the World Cup ones?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't even know if I'm going to stitch. Like, today I'm not going to stitch because my brain is somewhere between no and I want sleep. Tomorrow I'm probably not going to stitch because the doctor's office was out of my medication again. Even though they swore they... Or, like, my pharmacist was PO'd when she realized my medication. Like, she walked in like, wait a minute. Check the thing. She's like, why do I not have this?
Well, and I'm sure she was PO'd because she realized that it is, because it's Concerta. It's, it's going to be problematic not having it.
Yeah, she knew I was out today.
Yeah.
But, so, tomorrow, but hopefully Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I can get a little bit of work done on either Dragons or Zelda map. Because those are the two I'm feeling. And this is part of why I want to do the daily 30. For daily 30, I'm not locked into the prompt. I feel like stitching Z, so I'm stitching Z. Now I want to stitch a Q. Let's stitch a Q. I think I just chose the two least used letters in the alphabet.
You really did.
Without trying.
That's okay, though. Okay. So, Friday we were given prompts that relate to the World Cup because the World Cup is happening right now. It started last week. I don't remember what day, but it started last week. So, in accordance with World Cup, we have 6.
I can help you read them, though. 6
prompts that I'll deal with the World Cup. So, let us start. Why don't you start with number 1?
Number 1. 211 teams entered the qualifying stage of the tournament, with just 31 and the hosts, Qatar.
Very good. Most people mispronounce that.
Video games. That's actually a place in a video game.
Not the place in the real world.
Progressing to the main draw. Stitch on a whip that has something small contained within a larger item.
So, I am using Tails all this time because there are small pictures contained within the large castle frame. Works for me.
Yep.
Okay, in 1961, the Jules...
1966.
In 1966. Why did I say 61?
Anyways,
the Jules Rimet Trophy was put on display in Westminster Hall, London, as England was the host. The trophy was stolen, but later recovered when a dog called Pickles found it under a hedge. The trophy was given to Brazil in 1970 as they had won it 3 times, but it was stolen in 1983 and never recovered. Stitch on a whip with an animal. Bonus if it's a dog. We did Greyhound year.
Okay.
I did Greyhound year.
8 teams have won the cup. Brazil has won it 5 times. Germany and Italy 4 times each. France, I'm not even going to try.
Uruguay.
And Argentina have 2 titles each. And England and Spain have won 1 title each. Stitch on a whip that can be related to one of these countries.
Tale as old as time, because Beauty and the Beast is from France. Okay. This World Cup is the first to be held in the Northern Hemisphere autumn-winter. Stitch on a whip you can relate to either of those seasons.
Which you also did.
Which I also did. Greyhound year.
The Golden Boot is awarded to a player who scores the most goals in the tournament. Stitch on a whip that has feet or is metallic gold thread.
Well, we went with feet because we have Greyhound year with lots of feet. Show your support for your home nation and stitch on a whip using the colors of your flag. I think I will go just a little extra on this and pull out One Nation, which is a giant United States flag.
Listing all the states.
I think I'm going to go just a little extra on that. I don't know why. I think it'll be because I'm extra.
Yes, so. Yes, you are.
Yes. So, and then that will wrap up on Friday, which will wrap up the Daily 30 year. We do, like I said, we do something different in December. And we'll talk about that when we get there. So that's preliminary plans right now. I sat down and listed out all of my whips. I went through all of my whips and I kind of categorized them. I went with this is really close to being a finish. This is not very close to being finished. And then there's the in-between group. There are definitely things that I probably put in the in-between group that might be closer to a finish than others, but they're not a priority. Or I just didn't feel like they would. You know, it just kind of was a rough guesstimate. I know that I'm going to organize WhipGo by categories for next year. I gotta get on that. So I'm definitely using those 3 categories as part of my categories for WhipGo. For the Daily 30 yearly, even if I don't just end up doing it, spoiler, I'm going to do it. Even if I don't end up doing it, you know, like last year for this year, didn't do the animal adventure, but I still declared my whips at the end of the year just so that I had the option to do it if I wanted to. So, I am going to declare whips for it. It'll be 1 from each category. I can't remember if there's 3 or 4 declared whips. So this year it was 3. Last year it was 4. I can't remember if I don't remember what was decided. So if it's 3, it'll be 1 from each. If it's 4, it will be 1 from nearest to being done, 1 from farthest from being done, and then 2 from the interim category because that's the biggest. Yes, dear.
What do you do if you put a whip on that and you get it done?
What do you mean?
Well, if I did that, I would put Elemental Dragons on it. But this is not a big whip. I actually don't own that many BAPs. I own 2. I have 2 BAPs I'm currently working on.
So, like...
And I won't do more than that.
What do you mean? Like, if you get it done before before the first of the year?
No, what would happen if I say, okay, this is what we're working on in 2023, and by February I go, that one's done.
You can switch it out if you finish.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, and that has always been the case, if you finish a whip doing the year-long thing where you have the declared whips, you get to swap that out for free.
Yeah, because I was worried about that because if I actually start stitching on a lot of the stuff I have, I actually don't have a lot of it'll last me a year stitches, mainly because I don't want to wait.
Right.
Once I get chuchin, like y'all remember back when I was doing Ladies of Sumatra, the last 2 weeks I blew through. I did more work in 2 weeks than I had a month and a half before that. Just because I was that close to the end of it, and it was this long 2 years, I just got really into the zone and just went after it. I'm done. Yay.
Well, yeah. Yeah, no, if you have something and you finish it, you get to swap it out. Because obviously. I mean, and as with last year and with this year, you get to a certain point in the yearly and you have earned a free pass to swap out whips. So, like, even if you don't finish a whip, if you're just sick to death of that whip, you can swap it.
Okay. Because I might actually do that. Because the yearly probably be the best one for me to do because it's just you pick 4 and you do them, right?
Yeah, you pick 4. They don't have to relate to it. You just have to do the amount of stitches that's required for it.
Do I have to count the stitches or is timed an option?
Timed is an option. So
I'm asking these questions so you don't have to.
there you go. Yeah. So I did that. I looked at my ornaments that I had not finished from my crazy March ornament starting, and I have 16 that are not done of the 31 that I started. 30, 31, I can't remember exactly how many I started. I actually have more done than I thought I did, so that's good. And then I kind of went through and went, what do I have that's in a kit? What do I have that's kitted up? I only have actually 2 that are completely kitted up that I want to start, but I have 14 kits sitting here that I've gotten through various sources that I want to stitch. Yeah. I need to get them started. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet.
What? Get stuff and started?
Like, I haven't figured out what my plan for starting is because I haven't. I don't know if I really want to do, like... I haven't decided how I'm going to deal with December. I may try to focus on ornaments, like see if I have ornaments that will go with what we're doing for Daily 30. Y'all, I'm a Daily 30 admin. I know these things. I can't remember what we're actually doing for December. I'm the best admin because you can tell me stuff that we're not supposed to tell the group and you don't have to worry about it because I forget.
Trust me, I live in the same house and I don't know what's going on.
And I'll remember at the most random times. I'll be like, oh yeah, oh well. And then I'll forget.
Be right back. I gotta ask her a question, so I'm gonna pause the video.
Okay. So I'm just like, I know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. I'm also very behind in my grading. I need to get caught up on that this week. It won't take me too long because what I'll do is sit down like for half an hour each morning and grade 1 week. And so I'll have it done. And there's actually like a few weeks that I have graded. The notes are sitting out. I haven't put them in our spreadsheet yet. I'm a bad admin.
Get on it.
Made him yell at me. Okay, so, and there are still, as of Friday, and I don't think they have been filled, a couple of spots left for Daily 30. It will close in December, so you have until Wednesday, which I know this goes up on Tuesday, so that's not much time. I mean, if you're not in Daily 30 and you watch and you want to join, shoot me a message.
You have your Facebook and Instagram on there, right? So you can just shoot your message that way, right?
I have email, I have Instagram. I know my Instagram's on there. I know several Facebook. There are several ways to contact me, and I will get it. So, and let's be real. I think, well, though there are people who watch this who aren't my friends. I mean, if you watch this and you're not my friend and you want to be my friend, message me.
Same here.
I mean, really?
I mean, we don't have that many subscribers yet, and honestly, I'm one of those people. You want to hang out? Fine. You drive me nuts? I won't do it again. Don't worry. It'll probably be the other way around.
It's true.
You have to agree to it that fast.
So there's that. I was in Dollar Tree. I was in a Dollar Tree this week. I got hair dye, and there was a Dollar Tree right next to where I went and got the hair dye at. So I've had to buy some
Thank you, God, you didn't get it in the Dollar Tree. You just give me a heart attack. Oh my God! Imagine how bad Dollar Tree hair dye would be.
Sally's Beauty Supply is like, it's not right next door to Dollar Tree. It's on the other side of the plaza in Medina. So I was like, I'm just going to go over to Dollar Tree because I needed some wrapping paper and a couple of things. And I walked down the craft aisle. And do you remember this little thingy that I got from my friend that had the letters of the alphabet, but it only had like half the alphabet?
You found the other half?
I found the other half of the alphabet. Plus, now I have two of these little guys with the plastic and the hoop and the floss. So if my nieces want me to teach them how to cross stitch, I have something to teach them how to cross stitch with.
By the way, just so you know, you are not going crazy. There is a purple tinge to her hair.
Yes, my hair is purple. I'm surprised my mother didn't have kittens.
I'm probably because she doesn't have a problem as long as it's not noticeably odd.
It's not like in your face purple. It is mostly a black, but I thought the purpley black would look cool, and it does. It really does. I like it.
Okay.
Spiel
time.
So that is it.
Yeah.
I know that the Monday after Christmas probably will not be a regularly scheduled video. If it is, we're going to do a video. I would like to do a whip parade plans video before the end of the year, and have it in the can so that if we are unable to film the Monday after Christmas, that'll be what goes up. If we are able to film the Monday after Christmas, it will go up sometime between Christmas and the first of the year.
I have an idea about that. I'll tell you when we're done.
Okay. So, spiel time.
Okay, as everybody says for this, please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, thingy me bobby. The whole YouTube spiel.
Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for spending a little bit of time of your week with us. We know there's lots of Flosstubes out there to watch, so we're honored that you choose to spend some time with us.
And I hope we got you to laugh.
And I do hope you enjoy your time with us. We will see you all next week. Have a great week.
Bye, 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 bye. Bye.